Hello and welcome, everyone. This is our podcast, Indian Ancient Wisdom, Onshore and Offshore. Today, we are going to meet Dr. Ashish Kumar. Up to my knowledge, he is the first person. He has started his clinic in Adelaide, and it's in 2006. So it's a long, long, long time. He is practicing, and then he started his own study, and then again jump into the Ayurveda field. Very few people are having this type of courage who left the field and come back. So I would love to invite you as a uh, really renowned person and a comeback person. Hello, Dr. Ashish. How are you?
Hi, thank you, Dr. Khushdil. Yes, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah.
That's nice. Very nice to hear. So, in Gold Coast, now you moved from Adelaide to Gold Coast. What is the journey behind practicing Ayurveda, leave the Ayurveda, and again jump into Ayurveda?
Well, I think it's all depends, how the life takes on. When I finished my bachelor in Ayurvedic medicine and surgery from India,
Uh-huh.
and I was saying, oh, what's next? I really wanted to do further study, so I came here in Australia to do my master's in health services management. So that was in 2006, way, way back. And I came here, as you look for opportunities and see what's, Ayurveda looks like in Australia. Well, there was not much there. And it was a blessing that I met Dr. Krishan Kumar, and he lived in Adelaide. So I met him in 2006. We had a few meetings, and he was running Australasian Association at that time. So I thought, yeah, there was a bit of scope. At least I found somebody who knows Ayurveda, which I was amazed about it that Ayurveda exists here. So at that time, being a student, it was really hard to open your own practice and stuff. But you always have inside that I want to work in my sort of field and see how it goes. So there was the clinic there at Hindley Street at that time, and they used to offer, natural therapies, and there was some reflexology, naturopaths, and all that. And luckily they did offer me a position, though it was just a contract basis. So yeah, and I was practicing Ayurveda here. But Ayurveda at that time, if we look at it, was a lot different than what it is now in Australia. In
Mm-hmm.
2006, uh, we did there were not many formulations you can bring from India because of the TGA restrictions and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and there was not much awareness in the people about Ayurveda. Ayurveda was basically, few Indians who lived here, they knew Ayurveda, but that was like more like kitchen Ayurveda, not real
Yes.
Ayurveda. So it was quite challenging in the beginning because people don't know what is it, and the practice was more about, they were more advertising the treatments like Shirodhara and Abhyanga, but there was nothing clinical. It was more like a spa sort of thing, and basically, I didn't want to do that because I
Ah,
wanted to see the patients, because I'm a clinician. I'm not a therapist, so by myself. So I thought, no, this is a bit hard, and especially studying here, and you're gonna make all the end meet.
mm-hmm.
So I tried that. I had some meetings with Dr. Kishan Kumar, but eventually I have to, lay it off because there was not much there. There was no awareness in the people. You wouldn't be able to get your formulations from India, and it was. And even the lifestyle of the people is totally different in Australia as compared to India, and generally the Medicare medication is free, so so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
another drawback, which I feel like, because obviously if they're going to naturopaths or any complementary medicine treatment, they have to pay out of pocket. However,
Mm.
Medicare is free in Australia, and even if you
Yes.
look at financially as well, so there was quite a lot of hurdles, at that time. And being a student, studying and managing finances and looking after yourself, so it was a bit too much for me. So I have to, leave it for the time being. So that's
Yeah.
what I did at that time.
Okay. So what master in which field you have done masters then?
The master was in health services management, and I didn't finish the whole masters because there were issues with the your permanent residencies and all that,
Right.
and it's good to have to a bachelor's here. So so I have to opt to a bachelor degree, but I did a diploma in masters in health services management, and then finished nursing.
Oh.
For those purposes. So and that's where my struggle began, but mostly in nursing I was in various roles like case
Mm-hmm.
manager in work cover. Recently I was a dementia consultant with dementia support, so yeah, so that was quite interesting. But after having children, and I felt like no, I think this is the time now, and I could move back to Ayurveda. And
Mm-hmm.
Adelaide is sort of a very small city, and weather
Mm.
could be extremely hot or extremely cold.
Ah.
And I think sort of I find out that not an ideal place to fit for this, because now I'm looking both ends, because previously I was just looking that I want to be a clinician, but I said no. I mean, it's not about being a clinician. It's about expanding Ayurveda. So if the treatment and the therapies people are liking, we should have facilities providing those, and have therapists here, and then they can do that. And Gold Coast was a perfect place. It's very touristy oriented, and B, it's
Mm.
tropical weather. So the weather remains almost same, apart from 2-3 months in the winters, which is June,
Ah.
July, August here. As
Yeah.
totally opposite
Mm-hmm.
to India. So, but and I thought it'll be a good move, and we moved to Gold Coast in 2019. So then started my practice in 2019, and everybody know what happened. So COVID
It's
hit.
a kind of roller coaster.
Yeah, COVID hit. But I was lucky because I always was blessed with the job. So it was not that I never out of the job. So I was
Right.
working as a community nursing consultant at that time. So so which was working for me. So ends were being met, but it's just my clinic was empty because it's COVID and you can't do anything. But you
Yeah.
just keep your head high, and just go flow with it. And I think after 2021, I was renting a place at that time, and slowly the clientele built up. It took time, and in 2022 I decided and to open my own place, and which I did. So I'm here from last 3 years now, so which is my own clinic. And
Yeah.
as I said, it's progressing, still progressing, and that's how I like it. I'm a kind of a person who doesn't have a satisfaction level. So doesn't matter how high it go, I will always be progressing. That's what I feel.
Right. So, what makes you to thought, or what type of thought you have in your mind when you're doing masters or bachelors or nursing that brings you back into Ayurveda?
I don't think so. Anything is different. If you
Mm-hmm.
look at it, they're all health degrees, and they add on to your knowledge. And
Okay.
we don't do degree to get a certificate. We do a degree to get knowledge. And obviously, if that degree has extra points to get your permanent residency, that's a different story. But knowledge is always good. Doesn't matter how you should gain that. And and again, it's not about Ayurveda, it's about health of a person. So if I can make changes with other commodities as well, and involving Ayurveda with it, so it'll be it'll be best. So as we all think that not each pathy is itself fully what we call it complete to cure anything, and we always have to collaborate. And whether we collaborate with allopathy, and or they would like to collaborate with us, they can. But in India it happens a lot now. You
Mm.
see, in the general GPs are recommending some of the Ayurvedic herbs, and obviously Ayurvedic practitioners, they do. So anything
Yeah.
acute, I would still prefer allopathy, or
So
emergency
yeah,
medicine
I
sometimes.
I I would say like an integrated method is much more
Yeah,
advisable nowadays, and I would say
nowadays.
it's more welcomed by the patients as well.
Yeah, yeah. So it was not about, because I was not going out of the scope. I was still studying health and still studying about the body, and and management does give you an idea. Because what I find in Ayurveda at that time in 2006, why I wanted to do health services management,
Uh-huh.
Ayurveda was not promoted properly. Ayurveda was
Mm.
not practiced properly. There was not many Ayurvedic hospital, and even if they were, they don't know how to manage them because say management is a really important part. And I think, unfortunately, at that time, if the government wasn't aware of Ayurveda, I think the real Ayurveda started from 2012. And I'm not a politically, I'm very politically not neutral person, so I don't want to say any names or anything, but I think
Yeah.
since 2012-14, Ayurveda came into picture, and even in India or abroad,
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, in 1990, 99 or 2000, people were not aware, and they were not, nobody wanted to put money into it. Like, how can you raise awareness about something without putting anything into it. So
Right.
you need,
So
so that's why I wanted to go into management, in which I came here and did. And then obviously once you're here, you like the lifestyle, and you see there is value of life here, and you want to stay here. So and and that's how it's all been panning out. So yeah, but I'm still lucky that I'm still somewhere connected to my roots, what I've done in India. So
yes, that is what I'm going to ask you. Like the health management,
mhm.
whatever you studied, how does it impact into your practice right now?
Well, there are lots of aspects of it. I think the understanding of your geography, you know, understanding of your area, and then understanding of your people, understanding of their socioeconomic culture, like, move to Gold Coast,
Hmm.
there's a part of that in there, that knowledge in there. Then obviously how to run a practice, and it's not about seeing patient only. Seeing patient is just one part of it.
Hmm.
How you market it, how to even speak with the clients, how to negotiate with the stakeholders, and obviously managing staff, managing people, day-to-day practices. So a lot, there is a lot in management. So like I said, looking at the client and doing an assessment is just a tiny part of the whole picture. And then obviously, I'm a very result oriented person, doctor, because and that was the first when I was here in 2006. Because if I don't get results, I feel really bogged down.
Mm.
I'm that sort of person. If I'm doing something, there should be some outcome of it. And that's what actually, when you finish your degree, you sometimes feel like, oh, whether these things work or not, you're not sure. Well, you see your peers and your doc, and in India, most of them, out of 70%, they go and do allopathy. So
Yes, either
so
they are going into allopathy practice or
yeah,
either they choose something else to do,
else, yeah,
especially
so
when they are moving from India to Australia or any other countries.
yeah,
They start looking at some other field just
yeah.
because it's not fulfilling your day-to-day needs.
Yeah. So that's where, your trust sometimes, don't build up that way. But as I started practicing and keep going, and I was actually seeing results, and they were not like visible results, they were like laboratory tested results.
Mm.
And that encourages you. And then you feel like, this really works. And if you put in your practice properly, and you do proper diagnosis and proper herbs. I'm not a person who gives 6 or 7 tablets to a
Medications.
person.
Yeah.
I don't do that. It's usually around 2 or 3, and that 3 is my max. So basically, it's 2. But I will tell my clients that I'm not a herbalist. I'm not gonna. I don't want to give you herbs for like 3 for 6 months. I want to taper them off, but I want you to live your life, with the plan. So I do give them a dietary plan and lifestyle plan. And
Mhm.
I encourage them to follow that.
Right. So, doctor, what do you see the major difference in lifestyle? Adelaide, Gold Coast, or even in India, whenever you have studied Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is also mentioned about the lifestyle, diet, and Aushadhi, like these three aspects are main. So, would you be able to manage? that Ayurvedic lifestyle, whatever we have mentioned in our books?
Well, that's a very good question about lifestyle. I'll tell you, there's no change in lifestyle between Gold Coast, Adelaide, and India. It's same
Okay.
everywhere. Yes, geography change. Yes, seasons change and weather change is there. But if you look at the lifestyle, well, we have kids in India, we have kids here. We have to get them ready in the morning for school. Well, they have to do it there in India as well. They're a bit lucky if one of the partners not working there, so they can look after the home. But life is
True.
still very busy. It still have
Yeah.
to. You still have to get up at 6:30. You still have to get you ready. You have to go to work, and whether it's India, whether it's Australia, whether Gold Coast, Adelaide, doesn't really matter. The lifestyle now is really really busy, and
Mm.
we sometimes forget, and that's why I tell my client, we sometimes forget that Ayurveda is 5,000 years old, and the thing is that we still stuck there sometimes, and we said, oh, we need to do this, we need to do this, but they have to have a shower in the morning. Hey, the person is a nurse and work in the night shift, so they will not going to do it, and it's not productive for them, so you have to mold those things, and that's where you need to change those things. And in Ayurveda, most of the dietaries are like our Indian meals, or and but here people don't cook that way. So, and they don't want to eat dal and curry all the time. So how we can change it according to their lifestyle, I think that's what is more important. And even with the showering, it's totally different. In India we have shower every day, and here sometimes people don't. In Adelaide, not. Yes, in Gold Coast, in summers, yes, it gets humid and all that. So lifestyle is same everywhere. It's a bit easier here. Sometimes you feel like people have more time, people have more, I would say, resources to look after themselves as compared to India. So my plan is usually to show them, well, this is Ayurvedic lifestyle. You need to get up in the morning, brush your teeth, clean your tongue, do an abhyanga. And I said that if you can't do it every day, at least 2 to 3 days a week. you know
Yeah.
so
Mm.
that is achievable, because sometimes clients or patients get overwhelmed. Oh, this is too much, I
Oh,
can't do
this
it.
is too much. Yes.
Yeah, I can't
Yes.
do it.
Because
And
it's not their part of life. So
yeah,
yeah.
but you get all that learning, and that's what I'm saying. I've got Ashtanga Hridaya and all that Vag, but where are these big things not coming now? Like, what did practitioners do in the last 50 years? What is the change? Where is that information? Where is that knowledge? Why we have just stopped there? You look into the big textbooks, and yes, obviously there are some very good Ayurvedists who have written books and all that, but it's more on treatments. That is just one aspect of it. But like, I like that dietary book of yours, and my clients did as well. I've sold all of them, so so that's what I look for. I mean, if you're changing something, people need to look at, well, the lifestyle is changing. Our past books and Vedas are not reflecting to that lifestyle. So
Mm.
how are we going to blend in? How are we going to change? Why somebody won't do a PhD on that and bring that information?
Yes. So my further question is also the same. Like, as we know that big books or Charak or Sushrut or other
Mm,
practitioner, I mean, say our
mm,
sages are recommending yukti
mm.
chikitsa, or we need to work on practical base,
Yeah,
and we need to make our own formulas or own recommendations according to patients. So patient by patient, we are changing those all things. As you just mentioned that
yeah,
at least 2 days a week or 3 days a week, if it's achievable task,
yeah.
would be good. Um, how you like? What do you think about like whatever mentioned in our books
Vedas, yeah,
that you should be following this diet or lifestyle according to seasons. So Dinacharya, Rutucharya,
yeah.
Ratricharya. What is the main role in treating patients in your understanding?
Well, lifestyle is very important, and well, see, there's a different. We see Dincharya, Ritucharya, and but then you're going to look at the Prakriti and the Vikriti too. That is
Yes.
that is important as well. So if you're coming, I'll take an example of stress, and but obviously, that the patient is very stressed, and they're feeling sad and low and all that. But then, they are so busy, they're overworking. There's so many things going on, and then they'll come and they'll sit in front of television and watch all those things, and then obviously they have to work, and so there's a lot of stress going on at that time. So you will gonna say things or change things in their, you need to change their routine. I mean, they're not sleeping well. Okay, how are you going to sleep well? What should be the environment to sleep? Whether you're going to do any yoga nidra, or you're going to try that. So before giving them any of the herbs, I tell them this is important as well. Yes, herbs will work definitely, but that's important as well. Now, again, this is just a lifestyle, but then there are doshas, if they're kapha, if they're vata, if it's with anxiety, if there's more vata, there, then obviously you're gonna ask them, if you're going on a walk in the morning, and stop that, you probably do it in the afternoon, that would be better, or if they are watching too much television in the evening, so that's not good, because that's going to be the dosha furthermore. So you ask them to reduce that, or read a book or something. So that's how I plan and change a person's lifestyle. And I, as I said, I tell them, if you can't do it 7 days a week, just start doing it once a week, and then see the change.
See the change, and then you just accept it
Yeah,
slowly, slowly,
yeah.
step by step. Right.
Mm,
So at the moment, as you just mentioned, that one or two or max three medicines you are prescribing.
mm.
So are you making your own remedies, or how are you going to manage with that?
I do. I have around 25 to 30 herbal extracts, so I do make accordingly. Unfortunately, there are not many Ayurvedic companies in Australia, but I do use them as well. And I don't want to take any names, so I don't want to be
Yeah, that's absolutely
stay
fine. I
neutral.
do understand.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. So,
absolutely
so
fine.
there are luckily there are, but obviously, they don't make everything. So there are hardly
Yes, of course.
15, 14 or 15 combination here in Australia. So that's why I tend to. I am very reluctant to order something from India, and I'm not doing it at the moment. And I think it's good as well, because I don't know what's in them. So I usually do my own herbs. And the one more drawback is, in Australia practicing, is that we can't use our herbal mineral formulations, and
Herbal
which I
mineral.
feel like, I think our association, or we should push for this effort. But I think we just agreed that we will not want to use heavy metals in our remedies. But hey, I mean, they're not heavy metals. We don't call them heavy metals.
No.
In India, we do purify them, and that's when we use them. So I think there should be some leeway there, and we should
So
fight for
no.
some of
Yes.
our rasas, ras ashadis.
That works in
Yeah, I mean, if you say,
miraculously, and
yeah,
nowadays I can say, like, nanotechnology is really working very, very fast.
yeah,
So we can just maybe collaborate in nanotechnology for our
yeah,
medicines.
probably, yeah. That's what. Let's see what the future brings in. But like I said, people can have iron tablets, they can have zinc tablets, they can have magnesium
Yes,
tablets. I
of
mean, they
course.
they are all metallic as well.
and
They are
and
minerals
they
as well. So
and
why can't
it
we
doesn't
we
cost
give low
that
bhasma?
less.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why can't we give a compound with low bhasma? It's out of my understanding. So yeah, but you can just get frustrated on it. There's not much been happening, but I think we are not in that many numbers here, and that sometimes is a drawback for us as well. There are not that many practitioners practicing in Australia at the moment. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Now, I really like your honesty that, due to lots of hurdles, whatever you just mentioned, that same hurdle, I think each and everyone who is coming from India to Australia, they are struggling with, or I
Mm.
would say, they are also facing the same challenges. And somehow, at least we can practice here.
Yep.
That is a big thing. Um, for me, I would personally say I have done practice only. since when I came from in India to Australia, and thanks to Dr. Krishna Kumar as well,
Yeah.
and the association who allow us to practice, though we have a degree from India.
Yeah.
Uh, though we have these herbomineral problems and lots of herbals as well, we are not allowed to use here due to lifestyle, diet, and a lot of other things like a cooking workshops we can manage. We can give some kind of now in all over the world. I think awareness is a big role.
Yeah.
So Ayurvedic
That's
awareness,
mm,
for awareness for Ayurveda
yeah.
is working a big play. Like a
I think that's where you're doing good with these little, webinars
yeah.
or interviews. At least you're bringing us on
Thank
board.
you very much.
Yeah.
So that is what the main idea is, because I have heard love when I came here, and even when I became a Victorian representative of the AAA, I have
Mm.
heard lots and lots of doctors are moved from the field and started something else. So I thought this is the right time. We need to start something. At least we should make some kind of platform to
Yeah.
bring the voice, and at least we can come together and make something flourish here.
Yeah. I mean, and then it's just what you want to do. I mean, if you have passion for it, you'll keep trying it. I
Yeah,
know some of us, we are lucky, we have other options. So
of
for us,
course.
it's not our bread and butter. We have other
Yes,
options, but we are here for passion. So that's if you have passion, and I think you can run a clinic on regular basis if you do. It's just you have to put all that effort in it. Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. And I do know lots of Ayurveda doctors who has started their own, though it is not a bread butter, but
Mm,
at least still they are managing very well.
very well. Yeah.
So if you have a confidence on our shastras and our
Yes,
sages,
yes. And
definitely you
like I
can
said,
have your
you do
bread
get,
butter.
yeah, you do get good results. And you feel happy and content when you see those at times.
The
Yeah,
contentment is more
yeah,
important than
yeah.
anything else.
And
I
that's
do
the
understand.
happiness you get out of it. Yeah,
True, true.
yeah.
So thank you very much for your time. I know you have really very busy schedule, and thank you very much for giving very such a good time, and whatever the wisdom you have, whatever the challenges you have worked uh, effortlessly. At the same time, you give answer very much open hearted. I
Yeah,
really
I'm a
appreciate.
very straightforward person for that. Doctor.
I really appreciate all your efforts.
Okay,
So
thank
thank you very much. And whomsoever is listening us or watching this podcast, I will give all the details for Dr. Ashish Kumar if you would like to come and visit him in Gold Coast. Whenever you visit Australia, Gold Coast is the very favorite place.
you.
Please go and see him. That's my personal recommendation. And you can have some authentic Ayurvedic treatments over there too. Thank you. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Doctor.